I decided I would do a little tutorial on how to do these color charts up that were included with your kit. So I'm just going to start by explaining that the top row is your colors and the side row is the color that you're going to mix up to mix in. When you look at your box, the top one in this example is quinacridone red and the side one in my example is burnt umber. So you'll mix one puddle of quinacridone red and one puddle of burnt umber off to the side. Make sure you have enough paint mixed up because you don't want to run out. I'm gonna mix a little more here because I don't want to come up short. A little more quinacridone red. And so you just make a nice inky puddle out of this. I'm gonna do a little more brown because sometimes that takes a bit. So your bottom row is probably gonna be moon glow because your chart is different, but just remember the side column is the mixing in tone and the top one is the color that we're gonna mix the paint into. So I'm just gonna start by making sure my brush is nice and not too much water in it. Give it a nice swirl in your color that was on the top row. So mine, it is quinacridone red. First swipe is pure color, just like that. Without washing your brush, I want you to go into your mixing color, the one that's on the side. So in my case, that's burnt umber. One swipe, load the brush and swirl it into the paint. I want you to make sure that you mix it all around so that it's an even consistency and color throughout the whole mix. That way you're not gonna get any pure color later on in the mix and the shift won't be as less inconsistent. So second swipe, you can hardly tell the shift because it was not, it wasn't very much brown yet. So we're gonna do one more scoop of brown, stir it in. So here's what I mean by inconsistent. In the middle, there's dark brown and the outside, it's still fairly red. If you leave it like this, the next time you add brown, you might get more red mixed into it, so it'll be less consistent. So give it a good swirl, make sure that it is mixed thoroughly and it's all one color in your palette. And so I think that's pretty good. It's all one color. And another swipe. And you can start to see the shift. We're gonna add one more scoop of brown. So the mixer into the color, mix it thoroughly so that it is all consistent. Swipe. Pick up the mixer, put it in the color, mix it in consistently. Swipe. Another scoop of the brown mixer. Stir it into the color. Swipe. Mixer. We're gonna do two for this one because the shift is starting to be a little less noticeable. Color. Stir very well. Swipe. We're gonna do two again. I'm just using my judgment on this. Some colors you won't have to do two, one at a time is gonna be enough. But because of this brown and red are kind of the same tone, it's getting a little harder to get it to shift at this point. So use your judgment. That's mixed very well. You can see it's almost a chocolate brown. And we're gonna do one more. We're gonna use up all of this pink color here and scoop it in there. It may not shift anymore just because they're kind of the same tone now. Just like that. And mix it in so there's no pure color or brown lumps in it. And one more stroke. So as you can see, the first one is much more pinky red and the bottom one is a chocolate brown. So this is how you can get a variety of colors just out of the quinacridone red and your mixer color on the side.